I'm Beth. I am a knitter in the north suburbs of Chicago who works as a paraprofessional, and I am off of work for the summer, and I am taking the whole summer to publish weekly about any crafting adventures I happen to dive into. So this week I'm going to talk about what I'm wearing. And did anybody notice the music? I just discovered how to add music to my videos yesterday, so I'm excited about adding that into my video. So I hope it turns out well. I hope they don't come after me and say I did something wrong with it. I don't know how this all works, so muddling my way through just like I do with crafting. So I am going to talk today about my finished object as well as my whips, and I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that I bought this week. I've got some good show and tell for you. And then I'm also going to talk a little bit about my plans for next week. So I also have some future cast-ons that I would like to talk about just a little bit. We'll see what I have time for. Anyhow, this that I am wearing, if you've been with me for a while, you've seen this. This is Sea Haven by Jennifer Shiels Toland, and I bought the yarn from the knitting place in New York who sold it as a kit. It is Sandnes Garn Lena in the colorway Jellybean green, number 8236. And I just loved knitting this. I was uncertain at first as far as what I wanted to do with the neckline, because there are different directions for how to go with it, based on whether you want the t-shirt or the sweater, or whether you want a narrower neckline. So she has directions in the pattern about how to pick up stitches and then add the neckline as an afterthought neckline if you want. So I knew that I had options as I went along. So I was excited about that. I thought that was a great feature to the pattern. And this is my first circular yoke sweater, and I have done top-down sweaters before, but all of them have been raglan. So I didn't even know what the difference was until I did this one, and I was like, oh, that's different than how I've done other things. So I kind of had to look it up and understand what exactly was going on. So come to find out, this is what a circular yoke looks like. Now I know if you don't have those lines, it's not raglan, it's different. I don't know. I am not the professional on this. I am not the expert to look to. I am muddling my way through this because I've only been knitting regularly since the pandemic. I love the yarn. The yarn is a cotton linen viscose blend, and I did not machine wash it. I think it says to not machine wash it. I soaked it like I would with any wool garment, and then towel dried it and laid it out flat. And I love the way it came out. I think it looks great. It's the length that I want. It's laying nicely. I'm so excited about how this came out. I had so much fun knitting this. I like to knit textures, which you will see in my other one of my other whips. But if you've been here a while, it's nothing new. Next, I will be on to whips. My first whip is one that I've talked about many times this summer. It is from Rowan magazine, number 71, It is a cardigan by VB Ulrik. The design is called Free, and it's back where it was, which is to say that I have completed all of this bottom part and now have the right front again. After, if you haven't been with me, this right front was completed a couple weeks back, and I went to pick up the stitches to do the back of the sweater and realized that it was way off to the side and did not look like I had an even back on it. So I recounted the stitches and realized that I had picked up 8 too many stitches to do this part. So I even thought about the fact that when I knit that, I went another 32 rows more than it should be, because in order to decrease those 8 stitches that you decrease 1 every 4 rows, that's how much more work I had to do the first time around on it. So it was, you know, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it, because part of the adventure of all of this is that I am filming all of this and I'm showing my mistakes, and I hope that other people learn from my mistakes. But then I also had the fun of creating, if anybody has seen my reel where I do a fast speed rip of that section, that was a lot of fun for me. That one got a lot of views too. People liked that. Even non-knitting people enjoyed watching that. It was kind of cool to see the whole thing unravel bit by bit. There was that aspect of it too, which that's something that when I started recording these, I didn't anticipate that I was going to have that kind of fun. I mean, I knew I would be getting out more in the knitting community and getting to know people from different places that I might not ever meet anyone. I mean, I had someone comment on one of my videos from Germany, and I was like, yes, I'm global now. Which is exciting. It's very exciting. My heritage is German, so that was part of the excitement for me, is like, oh, I wonder if she knows any of my relatives, which I don't know if I have any relatives still in Germany. Anyway, that was a sidetrack I wasn't expecting. So, Free by VB Ulrik. I'm back where I was. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to get the back stitches going so that I go up the back, and then after that I'll do the left side and then sleeves, and I'm done. So I'm excited about this. I'm happy that I'm back on track with it, and you know, part of the knitting is the mistakes, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that, because I knit because I like to knit, and as much as I would like to go on to the next project, there's something satisfying about finishing something and being, I don't want to say proud, being satisfied with doing something that is a quality that you enjoy. And I think, you know, so many times in life we do something and get good enough, but to get something that you're thinking, I want to wear this, and I don't want to have everyone saying, oh, You made that, didn't you? I want people to look at it and go, oh wow, that's cool, where'd you get it? And then I can say, I made it. I made it. You want one? I'll tell you where to buy the yarn and the pattern. Because I'm not making it for you. It takes a lot of time, and I have a lot of things I want to knit. Anyway, next whip is, here's one for the people who've been around, you haven't seen for a while, by Rachel Illsley of Unwind Knitwear, and the pattern is called the Nomad tee, and it is a sideways knit, and I split for the neck, which sounds like a weird thing today to say, but I've got it on a little try it on cord, which I will be doing a little twirl for you, and you can see how it looks on me. And I want to show the color work up close so I can talk to you about all of the different yarns that I used. The two Suburban Stitcher colorways are the main color, which is River's Edge, as well as the lavender speckle through the color work here, which is Starstruck. And then this green one is Long Dog Yarn's Olive You Too on her bounce sock. And the deeper purple, that is Cascade Heritage in the colorway Passion Flower. And I am really happy with how this is turning out. My gauge actually is a bit tight on this, so it's short on me. It is more cropped than I mostly like my tops to be. So I'm thinking that I may end up just doing an extra long ribbing on it, and that's fine. We'll see. I might get creative with something that I do towards the bottom. I don't know. I feel like I kind of would like to add some length to it. If I had it to do all over again, I would have done I would have cast on extra stitches and done an extra repeat of the color work. So we'll see where I go with this. I like how it looks in general on me, like across. I feel like it's going to be a good fit across, but the length is the only thing I'm questioning. So I still love it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a great design. It's a lot of fun to do. Color work is not my favorite though, especially since this is not round and round. It's not a circular, I'm doing pearls, and that's why I think this is maybe not the best color work thing for me to start with. I think I've talked about all my whips. I'm done with that. And now I have some new to me things that I'm excited to talk about. I just ordered some stuff from Barnyard Knits this week, and I am going to grab all that up and pull it out to show you. Stay tuned. Okay, new to me from Barnyard Knits. I placed kind of a big order because they had, was it a discount code? I don't remember what it was, but I have always loved Barnyard Knits. I first saw them, I think, on Naughty Knitwits. They talk about them all the time. and I follow them on Instagram, and they have some of the best colorways. So this one is 100%, it's a DK 100% superwash merino in the cranberry colorway. And it really, it's funny how like cherry red it shows up on screen. I took a picture of it before and it looks very cherry red in my picture too. This in real life, I think back here it looks more like its natural color. It is a cranberry red. And so I was thinking about this in terms of a Christmassy thing. So I'm not exactly sure what it's going into, but it is a very nice Christmassy color. I also bought 2 skeins of this acorn colorway. This is also a DK weight 100% superwash merino, and it is these lovely shades of brown that I thought might work well for a couple of weeks ago in my Christmas in July episode. I showed the pattern for a sweater called Fallow, I think. I'll put it on the screen. But this is to be the main colorway, and then this for the reindeer or whatever those animals are in it. And I think this will look really nice together. I like this as a good Grinchy green. And then this as a very realistic looking animal colorway. So I don't know, does that make a good combination? I'm not sure if the realistic animal and the Grinchy hokiness of the main colorway of the sweater is a good combination. I also do have this color, which this is not new. This I showed a couple of weeks ago. This is one that I bought. If you saw the Christmas episode, I bought this to make the Colorwork socks that turned out to be too small. Anyway, so I thought this color could potentially go with the reindeer. I don't know. What do you think? Or this one. So you'll notice these two, I mean, they're very close in color, but I don't know. I think of the 3 colorways, this is the browner one is a more realistic reindeer color. I don't know. And my other thing that I bought from Barnyard Knits, and there's more to come from them too. This is a sock set. I just love this whole thing. These 3 colorways together. I'm thinking about, I saw a pair of shorty socks. I wish I could remember. It was on Instagram because I scroll Instagram all the time. And that, I will say, I think that because I spend so much time thinking about what I want to make on Instagram, I spend a lot less time knitting. I wish I could have someone scroll for me. Can I hire someone to do that? You scroll, I'll knit. I'll be looking at the screen while I'm knitting. They should, like, who's a good computer programmer? Can we get someone out there to work on this? Like, if I could just put Instagram on my TV screen and have it just slowly scroll, that would be great. Anyway, so these colors, what is this called? This is Message in a Bottle sock set. It is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon blend. It is a fingering weight, and these will be socks. I mean, I may be able to get 2 pair of socks out of this if I make shorties. So, excited about that. Stay tuned. We'll be bringing it to you. I'm so corny. Anyway, all right. So, on to future plans. I have a couple of things that I have gotten over the past couple of Christmases. In Christmas 2020, I ordered my first Advent set, which I don't think it's officially an Advent because it was a 12 days thing. But this is a yarn dyer who I don't believe is dyeing anymore. So this came from Aves, spelled Aves, and I'm trying not to make too much noise opening the box. But it was a 12 days, and it was inspired by peacocks. And all of these colorways are just like this. The only more muted colorway. So nice browns, and then fades into that and that. As we go, we get more peacock-like, and we've got this, and then some purples show up and pinks, and then a whole vibrant pinky purple. This is more purple in real life than it looks on screen. This looks very pink on the screen, but it's a lot more purple than that. And then the lovely turquoise. That's starting to fall out of my hand. And we drift into green, and then Kelly green, which is then drifted into a Kelly green and blue, and then a royal blue, and then I can't keep holding them, and then the full skein. So I feel like this whole set needs to be its own thing. And I'm gonna hold up the box so you can see like everything together. Whoop, there goes one. But it is like such beauty. And I keep things together, and I have not even used my stitch markers that came with this. I feel like I need to hold them aside and use them specially with this. So I have some thoughts for this. I'm not entirely sure. It's all fingering weight yarn. There are some things that I've been looking at. I think I would need, because I personally don't wear a lot of shawls. I have one shawl that I have knit, and I love the way they look. I love the texture on them. I like the changing colors. I've seen so many on Instagram and Ravelry that I think are so beautiful, but I feel like I need to get use out of my knits. And if I if I knit something that I never wear, then it seems kind of pointless to me. So that's my whole dilemma. I found a pattern for something, and I'll put it up here because I don't remember what it's called, but I thought it was well suited to a bunch of colors like that. I don't know though that I can necessarily make it work for that. So it's something I got to think about. I know I've seen there's this butterfly shawl. I'll put that up here too. Somebody recently made one of those and I was like, ooh, that's nice. But I hadn't thought about this kit with that. The other thing that I have, the Woolly Thistle. Does anybody watch them? They do really long YouTube videos. This is a bag that came in this. My amazing husband got me this box for Christmas because as we were doing some house cleaning the day before Thanksgiving last year, I was watching the Woolly Thistle. So I told my husband about this and I said, I emailed him the link and I said, you can get me this for Christmas. So anyway, this box is like, it's amazing. Okay, this is a tin full of stitch markers. I think it's just bulb stitch markers. Let me look. Oh, there's buttons too. I forgot about this. You can't see those. Glare. Is that better? So, pretty buttons that would be great on a cardigan. So I could make a cardigan with this. I was thinking about Stone Crop by Andrea Mowry because it is multiple colors in different stripes throughout. And I don't tend to like cropped things, so I could make it longer. But from what I recall of looking through this, I do believe I have enough yarn. So this is Jagger Spun. And this is a very rustic yarn. Then there is Daughter of a Shepherd Heritage. And it is this one, this is very rustic. This one, it looks like a natural color. It looks like there's no dye in this. I think this is the natural sheep color. Here, these are like my mini skeins. All of these. And then I've got this Rama and I've got this mohair silk that I feel like could really kind of complement things nicely. And then there's this lovely turquoise. I love turquoise. So, I don't know. I always feel like with something that you get in a kit altogether, it should be one thing. It should become one single item. I haven't thought through very much how this part adds to the production value of my episode. So I may seem a little unenthused right now because I don't know where this is going. Anyway, the other thing that I have is I have several skeins of a DK weight yarn planned for a cardigan. And Frivolous and Frugal is doing the campsite line of things. They're having a cast-on party in Hoffman Estates coming up this coming Thursday. So I'm excited. I am thinking about doing the campside cardi. I know there's a campside shawl, and I believe there's a campside cowl too. I don't know what else there is. There's a whole line of campside something or other by the same designer. So I'm going to grab that yarn real quick. This is Direful Yarns. I got it at Elgin Knitworks right here in the area. This is her Direful DK, which is 100% superwash merino, and the colorway is Stormy Skies. Now, the one thing that I worry about with this is this is a textured pattern. It's got yarn overs in it. There's a lot of lacy stuff toward the bottom of it. And I don't know if this is going to drown out that whole thing, or, you know, if I wear like a solid color top underneath the cardigan, will that help to showcase, even though this is a variegated yarn, will that help to showcase the lace in it? I don't know. So I think I'm going to buy the pattern. I'm going to swatch, and I'm going to see how it looks. I bought this for the Hohi Knit Along 2 years ago. I was going to do this sweater. This is, oh, what is this sweater called? All of the Lights. I was going to do All of the Lights in this, but I felt like this was too busy to showcase all these cables. So that's why I have all this yarn, and I've been thinking about what cardigan am I going to use it in, and it needs to be a big cardigan because I have a lot of yarn. So anyway, I hope that I meet some of you at the Frivolous and Frugal meetup. Comment below if you're planning to come. I'd like to see you, and if you are there, come up to me and say hi. I've got dozens of watchers. Anyway, half of them are my family, so I know they're not going to the meetup. Anyway, if you're going to be there, come say hello to me. Please don't be shy. Please make it known to me, because I want to actually know that somebody out there is watching me. So, enjoy your knitting. Enjoy your week. I hope the weather where you are is as glorious as it is here, because we have some nice warm weather and my plants are really starting to get in the swing of things in my garden, and I hope yours are too. And until we meet again, keep knitting.